Hello guys, if you like my awesome gaming videos, my programming and web development courses, my editing courses and editing videos, and my tech talks and tech guidance, then you can consider subscribing to my channel and click on this bell icon to stay connected with me all the time. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So this is another very important part where I'm gonna show dynamic information in a chart. Okay, and we're gonna make a new section which is skill section. So previously we have our admin category, admin project section, but here in this part I'm going to create admin skills section where we can input some information of technology and the skills we have based on it. Okay, and it would be like in the you see in the demo. If we just open it and the demo, as you can see, we have a lot of skills. So in the X variable we're gonna have Django, Laravel, React, Node.js, Android development skills, and in the Y bar we have the number of skills that we have. Okay, so these are the things that we're going to implement. So this would be called skill charts. It will be looking really nice. First we're going to create the admin panel and then we're going to implement the chart. So make sure if you want to implement chart in Laravel, this is the video for you, and this is very important. Okay, so in the many projects you might need it. So we're going to work with this project. Okay, so as you can see, we are going in the dynamic charts panel here and the admin panel for the skill section. So here let's create your new database table, and before that we're going to go to the localhost php myadmin, and we have our users table. So all of the thing, the projects table and the categories tables are the main important. As you can see, we have created two for the admin control panel. Now we're going to create this for the skill section. So before creating the skills controller, we're going to create a model first. Okay, so we need to make a database for this skill section, and so we need to write artisan make model, and model name should be like skill -m, and this m will create migration folder or the migration file for us for the database. As you can see, the PHP artisan make controller model, which is skill, is created, and our migration is created as well. And if you see that, if you go to database, in the database if you go to the migration, as you can see, we have created skills table. So this is the skills table that we just created. So here you need to just write one more information table, which is, and make sure its data type is string. And don't worry, you can understand a lot of things in the if you see my all the previous videos that I have created. So top 7 part that I have made on tutorial on are super important to understand what type of database value type that you can use: integer, text, long text, timestamp, boolean, all the type that you can watch. You can watch my previous video where I can show all the things that you need. So here the most important thing, that what kind of technology did I used. So here you need to use, in the X variable we need to use technology. So this technology that you're gonna learn in your skill section, you're gonna put in your X variable. So here I'm gonna write this is for X variable. Okay, in the graph. So in the, as if you see there in this picture, these are the X variable and these are the Y, the top bar. We're gonna see the percentage. So that's why I've just write it in this way. So in the X variable we have a technology that we're gonna use, and then we have the value for it. So in the table, and make sure it's string, and I'm gonna write it value. Okay, or you can write score. Let's use integer here. So I'm gonna change the data type here because score should be like integer. Okay, so integer should be the data type of score and string should be the data type of the technology. Let's see how it goes. Okay, if we have some problem, we can later change it, so don't worry about it. So our database is created. We have our two fields, which is attribute for the technology and for the score. Now for technology and score, let's copy those information, and we're going to write model. We need to go to our model, and the model should go into this. And if you go to the projects, and as you can see, you can copy this thing, protected fillable, from the projects table, and paste it in the skills table. Okay, and here you don't need to write all this information, and you just need to write the technology, and this technology would be coming from skills. Here you need technology, and just copy this information. It's very simple, guys, so don't worry. It will take a simple some time to do that. And then we have our score. So these are the two variables we need. So this is technology and score. So this part is done, and it doesn't have any relation to any other table like by category projects a table or category, so skill should be a different partition. Okay, so this is our another part, and where we need to migrate our models. And so if we go to this migration folder, we need to migrate it. So you need to write php artisan migrate. So it's migrated. If we go to our database, if you, as you can see, if we refresh it, we have our previously we have our projects, users and categories. Now we have our skills, and if you go to the skills section, as you can see, we have our technology score, created it and updated everything, and it has its primary key also. Okay, so those are the things that we get. First, now to input some information in the database. So I'm doing it so fast because you guys know how I have created the admin controller for the projects, for the category. So these are the very easy thing, guys. So I think in this video we're gonna do it so fast because we're gonna implement a lot of things in this particular video. So if you want to learn more about it, you can watch my previous tutorial where I discussed so briefly about it. So first we need to get a form. So if we go to admin projects and create projects, we can just copy everything, including the bootstrap and URL, everything that we need. We can copy every single information, and we're gonna paste it inside a admin. This is for the admin project, so we need to create a new folder, and this to create admin skill. So this is to control the skills, and this is to control the projects information, and another would be created for admin category. Okay, so make sure all the admins are in the same places, or you can create an admin folder and you can use projects and skills. So both of them should work, but I'm doing it like this way, okay, so that you guys can understand it better. So in this part, I'm gonna file, and this file should be create skill.blade.php. So you're going to create two files. One is to create and one is to delete. We don't need to have any edit functionality here. This is not needed, okay? And here we're going to see all the skills that we need. We can see this information and render this information in a user's panel. So first we're going to import this information from the admin panel to create skills.blade.php and serve this information in our database. Then we're going to render it in our users panel. And in the users panel, we're going to see this information in this particular page. So it's really simple. You just paste in the create skill.blade.php. You're gonna paste everything. Okay. Here you need to just change something, and you need to add skill. And here we just need this div. Okay, you can delete all the div. You need CSRF token. We don't need images. Up to this, we don't need any images. We need a form action, but now I'm gonna name it hash, because this will, if you write any other action name, route name, it will give us an error. Make sure it's type of post, and we don't need any inked up multiple form data because we are not using any images. And CSRF token for the protection, and you can copy this thing 2 times. Don't need any text area, guys. We don't need any text area. Okay, guys, we don't need any text area here. And here you're gonna write input type text, and its name should be technology. Its name should be technology, and its placeholder is technology. So this is the information. So this is our skill name or the technology name, and we're going to get this information using this variable, and this name is same as our database name. If you go there, this name, okay. And the second part, we have our score. So we can copy the same thing. We don't need it again and again. You can copy every single thing and paste it here. And this is for the skill score, and you can write it here score, and placeholder you can write it score. So skill score. Okay, so I think these 2 things are very important to create. Okay, so this is to create this information, create, and make sure you change everything. Create a skill, create skill. This is admin section, and it's inside a div container. As you can see, inside a container we have this form. We can take 2 information and make sure it's post. And if you click on this submit button, it will do some information. You need to create this functionality. We need to create a controller, guys. Okay, so you need to write php artisan make controller, and its controller name should be admin skill controller. and dash dash resource. Okay, so if you write admin skill controller dash dash resource, it will give us all the code functionality for our functions like edit, show, destroy, update, create, list, index of every single function. So we need to write page partition make controller admin skill controller. So this is it. Okay, our controller created, and as you can see admin skill controller is created. Now I'm gonna delete every single chunk file. So these are all the things that you need. Okay, we're gonna destroy it by its ID or delete it by its ID. So this is the function that you need. So how can you go to the create function? So if you go to click on this one, this function, and this function will go to our, it will go to our some view. Okay, so this view we need to create now. So this view is the important where we can go to our create page, the page that we have just created, this create skill page. So we need to go that first. So just save it, and here you need to write, and the suggestion, it should be admin skill create skill. Okay, it will go to the admin skill and create skill, and this is the page that we want. It will go to the admin skill section, and it will go to the create skill.blade.php file, this file, as you can see, this file. And here we're gonna post some information. It will return this function. Now we need to go to the web.php file, and we can copy the same thing, and paste it here. Here you can write to, these are the routes for skill admin. Okay, we just make the comment section so that you can make it perfectly understand what's going on. Okay, it is a very good practice, guys. Make sure you do that. Okay, so it should go to the admin slash skill slash create. So it will go to the slash admin slash skill slash create. It will go to the admin skill controller, and it will go to the create function, and this create function will render admin skills dot create. So go to the admin skills dot create. This is the function you're going to go. If we render this function, if we go to the create function in the admin skill controller, and if we go to the admin slash skill slash create, this URL, it will give us a form to enter some information in the create skill. And create skill, if you go to that, and here we can import some information, and based on this name and score, we're going to upload some information in our database. So you need to go there. If you just open our server now, serve, and make sure before that we need to write php artisan optimize, because we created our new web.php file. In the web, we have added a new entry, so we need to do that. So now we can open our server, serve, and when to go admin slash skill slash create. In the database, you can go to admin slash create. Okay, so here you can import the technology and the score that you need. So here you implement like Laravel, Django, or Android development, Flutter development, whatever you have, and just score and add its skill, and it will skill section will be created. So this is super important, guys. So you need to have a knowledge about that. Now this is just a get. It will give us some HTML page. Now we need to input some form. So for that we need to create another function. So let me create one more route first, and this route should be post, because you are posting some information. Admin skill slash stored, make sure its name is stored, because you're going to post some information in this route. And make sure you go to the stored function, and it will go to the admin skill stored function. So the create is to give us some page to create and to go to that particular page that we have just created. Okay, so it will return some view, and then the main work would be on the store function. If we go to the admin slash project slash store, and the dynamic URL name is this one, if we go there, now we have our create is done, and to show the information, and the store to store some function. And let me add some comment section to get create page, and here you're gonna write to store all data from create page. Okay, here you're gonna render all this information using this request. This request method is so important, and this request class is so important, and we need to get all the information from that. Validate some information. So validation is important so that we can get all the information perfectly. So go to the admin projects. Here we have our validation. If you go to the store function, you can copy this Okay, you can copy this. We're gonna follow this skills section in this particular video. Just paste it. This to validate. Based on this request, you're gonna validate two fields, and two fields. One is to for our technology field, which is required, and our score field is required. Okay, so these are the two fields that we require to validate. Then we're gonna write skill is equals to new skill. Okay, skill is equals to new skill. So you can add this. As you can see, if you write new skill is equal to new skill, it's just to import that model skill that we have created, this model. Otherwise it will not work. Here add the skill model, because you're going to work with this skill model. And the skill model field we need to add, if you go to skill and you go to this technology, this field we need to pass what we get from the HTML create page, and this is information which also it's technology, and we're going to get this information if you go to the create. As you can see, we have two variable name technology and score, because based on this variable name we're going to collect information here. Okay, and you can copy the same thing, paste it, and this should be our score. So in the skill score table, and as if we go there, so in the score table you need to store the information that we write in the score template. So here, just whatever you get from this information, just paste it into our database. Okay, so this is the thing that we're doing. We're getting all the information that user typed and sending all this in the database. So this is the main basic that we're going to do. Project save information. So here we're not going to use project save, we're going to use skill, and here you're going to save. Okay, I'm going to return route. We're going to go to some route. If you go to this page, admin project controller, and going to render and redirect. Okay, redirect some page. Okay, save it, and we're going to redirect to admin project slash skill slash create dot create. So if you go to the web.php, it will go to the create this admin skills.create page again. So this route it will go after you send all this information to the database. So just paste it. So it should be skills created successfully, skill section created successfully, and you can delete it by its ID as well. So our store portion is done. So let's work with it and let's upload some information to the database. Let's see if it is working or not. Okay, so this so our function name is store, and if you go to the web.php file, if you go to this thing, you need to copy this thing and paste it inside. If you go to admin section and go to create a skill page, and when you hit this add skill when you hit this add skill button, it will perform something like that. And here in the route you're going to paste it admin skills.store, that we're going to store every single thing that we get from the user and post it into our database. So this is the function that will trigger all the things that we want. Otherwise it will not work, guys. This is very sensitive, and you're going to write this optimize again and serve it again. I think it will work perfectly now. And you're going to paste it like Android. You're going to skill like 90. You are so experienced with Android, it's worked perfectly seamlessly. As you can see, we have one entry, it's ID, technology, score, and the created and updated it. Every single thing is created perfectly. And let's create one more thing, which is Laravel that we are working on, and make sure it's uppercase. And suppose I'm very good also in Laravel. Suppose I'm also good in React.js, and here you're gonna write it like 85. Flutter, and Flutter, suppose you are not that experienced, on the 55. So these are the things that we have added. These are all the technologies and all the scores that is added in the objects. Now we're gonna show this information, and to show this information you need to go to the admin section. You can just show all this information. So you can create one more file, index, suppose index.blade.php. suppose here I'm gonna show all this information in a tabular format. So I'm going to the admin projects format where we have implemented our table. So just copy everything that we have and paste it here. Here we're going to use this for each loop. Okay, and the for each loop we're going to render all this information, but Here we need delete functionality, and we don't need edit functionality here, so we don't need that. We need this one, and this is for the index skill page admin. This is index of skill page. Okay, we're gonna render only some information like its ID, is technology, is score, created it and updated it. So we don't need too much. Okay, so we don't need too much information here. Our not needed as well. These two things are not needed, and you can delete as well. Let me customize it for you guys. So to show this information, so we need to create one more route file. So this route file is to show information in the admin panel, obviously in the admin panel, where we can also delete this information. Here you need to use get every single information skill/all, or you can write admin/skill/index, and make sure this is also index function, and make sure it is also index function. So if we go to the index function, you can return the view, and this view should be admin skills.index. So we need to we just created an index page in the admin skills section where we can show all this information that we have just put. Now we need to pass some context, so we need to write a compact. In the compact we need to pass some information in the index page, otherwise we don't see any information. So for that we need to go to the skill and query all the information. So go to the skills, and here we need a skill table and get all the information. And you can also paginate is using paginate, okay, or you can query using where clause, where ID or title. You can do this, but I'm going to use all here to get all the information. So this is very important, we need all the information, and you pass the same thing, and you can copy this thing without the $, you just passed all the variable, and this is skills. And now we get all the skills from the database and show all the information in this function. If you go hit this index function, it will show all the information. It will pass the skills variable to our admin skills.index page. Here you're gonna write this skills, okay, skills as skill. Okay, here you're gonna pass all this information like skill, and skill has technology, like score. Okay, so this is the two information, and you can copy this thing again and again and again. You can pass the ID as well, and you can pass the created it, updated it, and diff for humans to show our date and current time perfectly to use it. And then we need to delete it and make sure its method is post as well, and we need to pass the ID that which information you need to delete. So here we need to write skill within the for each loop. Make sure within the for each loop and the tier. So if you use for each loop, it will get every single information from the database and show us in a tabular format. Okay, so for each skill ID you need to delete it. So here I'm going to write admin.project.destroy. so in case of projects, you're going to use different method. So you're going to copy this same thing and paste it, and here you're going to use the delete functionality, and or you can use destroy, admin skills destroy, and make sure it is delete. Okay, we're going to delete it, and here you're going to use destroy method. So if you go to this URL, the destroy method would be called, and make sure it's destroy. Okay, admin projects destroy. Okay, just add to in the quotation. So if you hit this destroy function, it will delete by its ID, and destroy need a particular ID that we want to delete. Based on ID, we're going to delete this information, and this delete method is important because if we go to our index page, here in the delete function you need to use admin/skills.destroy. So if you hit those URL and based on this skill ID, you're gonna delete this information, this method delete. As you can see, if we go to the web.php, we have a delete method, and if you go to this route, you can copy this route again and again and paste it here so that you don't make any mistake. Paste it here. So if it will go to this route and delete this particular skill ID that we want, and in make sure its method is delete, or if you have put method you can use put method, and you can use delete because in this particular case we need delete, and you need a CSRF token. And if we import type submit, if we click on this delete, okay, which is danger, if you delete button click there, it will delete, and we need to delete this in functionality again and again. So if we go there and go to the destroy function, here we're gonna get every single skill, and here you're gonna write skill dot find by ID, find by this particular ID that we get from the URL parameter, and you're gonna delete this thing and just save it, skill delete. Okay, so make sure you write it in a small letter. Okay, so this is the delete. If you go to admin project controller, we have our delete functionality, as you can see, and we can just redirect and save every information, admin skills controller, and go to redirect to admin skills dot index page. So here you need to write skills skill deleted successfully, and this is the index where you see the information in the table, and from this information we can delete this as well. So these are all the things that we have created in the previous video, but I'm doing it a little bit first so that you can guys don't get bored. Okay, so first we have our technology that we're going to show, and then we need the score, and this is the two basic thing, and then we have created it, updated it, and then we have our action to delete it. And here we need to get out of the server, and we need to write PHP artisan optimize, because we added 2 more routes. So we need to go to the server again. So here you're gonna go this page, admin skills index. Okay, so everything is coming from the database. Its ID, we have 4 items like Android, Laravel, React, Flutter, and we have the score corresponding to each technology. They created it and updated it. You can delete this thing if you want. Let's see if it's working. Okay, so you're gonna delete this Flutter. As you can see, it's deleted. To the create page, and you can create it also. As you can see, you can now create Flutter and give us a score of suppose 70. Okay, nice. You just improve your skill within 1 second in Flutter. So now we have our entry. As you can see, the ID number 4 is deleted, so don't worry about it. Okay, so our skill section is created perfectly. Now we're going to render all this information in a chart view. So you need to go to the chart.js. So here I'm going to write chart.js, and we have our chart.js.org docs 33333.1.get started. If you go there, as you can see, you can just add this thing. Now we have a canvas. We can use include charts in our page. You have the data structures. We have all of our data that we're going to query from the for each loop, and this is same. This is very important thing. And as you can see, the data set, we're going to use the for each loop to get all of our technologies. Okay, which is very important. It has a lot of type of data, and if you read the documentation, you can understand a lot about it. You can good looking colors, you have options. Okay, you have axis. Okay, you have different types of chart.js. If you go to get started, as you can see, lots of things that you can do. So before that, let's add one more div, and let's add this script tag. So this script tag is super important to use. Skill section. So in the user panel we have nav. Okay, so let me create one more section, new folder, to show for skills. Okay, so the skills, we need to show all of our information, and it will go show underscore skills. Let me write show underscore skills chart dot blade dot php. Okay, you're going to show every single information here. Here you can write like very simple, just write normal HTML element, and this is for our dynamic chart skills. And here we're going to write age 1, and this will show us of all of our skills, and class of text center, and then we're gonna use the div, and we have the class of container, and the div class container we're gonna add one more thing, which is we need our script tag. Let's use this thing inside that. So this is our script tag, and then we're going to use div canvas id. This is the canvas that we need, so let's paste it inside a container. So we have our canvas inside a container. Now what we need to have our data structure, so integration part. So if you go to the uses portion, we have our canvas id. This is our canvas, and this is our script. So within our script you get the script by its id, and you're going to show all the information with it. So you need to copy every single thing. Just copy this. I think this would work really fine. So within the container, we're gonna put every single thing. We don't need that. So within the container, I'm just pasting everything. So let me find the container. So this is the container, okay, and these are all the scripts. So we have our canvas id, and this is our scripts. Okay, so this is our canvas, and this is our, you can use any background color, okay, and give us a background color of 1. Okay, I think it will look bold. Save it. And these are the labels. These are all the technology labels that you want to see. If you go to the database, so these are the technology labels that we want to see in the X variable. And then we have our skills segment, which is the attribute that show how many skills we have in each technology. So this should be in the Y variable. As you can see, if you go to the images, as you can see, like that. So the show skills dot charts.blade.php, it will show all of our information. So how we can go through this page. So this is very important. First we need a chart, which is type of bar, and you can use any type of chart, the pie chart, any other chart, and which is up to you guys. So I'm just showing you how you can do this. Okay, just simple. And here to write the labels, and here to write all the data that you are getting. So here we need to get the information in the show skills chart.blade.php in the skills folder. So we're gonna get to that, but how we can get there? In the index page, we're getting all the projects, right? And then I think we need to get all the skills here. Skills is equals to, we're gonna import skill model, and it imported the skill model in our homepage controller, because homepage controller is useful to show all the information. This is actually admin page, but if you go to the home page, it will show all the information for the users, which we need. So for that, we're going to need to go to homepage controller. Okay, so you need to have a separate concern that whichever work you are doing. If you are working with users, make one controller for the users, and if you are working for the admin, make one controller for the admin, so that two are separate. So this is very important. So we need to go to the skills, and we need to get all the skills, okay, and from the models from the database, and you can pass it multiple way. You can pass it all the skills. So in the home page, you are passing projects and skills, so 2 parameters. In the home page, you are passing all this information in the home page. Okay, so this is to show the information in the home page, which is nice in the home page, but we need to show all the information as an skill as well. So let me create one more function for this show skills page, skills user page that we have just created. So if we want to see all the information in the skill page, we need to create one more function. Let's create one more function, which is public function, and you can write it show skills chart. Okay, so this is our function name, show our skills chart, and you're gonna get every single information. You can copy the same thing again, okay, and paste it here as well. In particular time, I'm gonna delete this thing, because in this first part, we're gonna show all the information in the skill page, okay, and then we're gonna show it in the home page. We're gonna render it in the home page as well. So first we need to go to a skills section and get all the skills, and we're gonna return the view. We're gonna write it return view, and the return view, we're gonna go to the skills section, users panel. In the users panel, we have our skill section, and we're gonna go to this show skills.chart. So we're gonna go to users panel, and users panel has a lot of things like home page, search page, show detail page. it also has a dedicated nap page. It is a dedicated skill page, okay, and which we're going to implement this in our homepage as well later, but we are making it dynamic and modular. So we're going to go to show skills page. As you can see, show skills.chart, and here you're going to render this skill function, and here you're going to pass compact and skills, because all the data that are coming from the database, we need to get that context to the show detail page or the show skills chart page. And we need to go to web.php. I need to create one more thing, and which is to index page. So let me copy one of them and paste it here. This is to routes for skills page chart, okay. Here you can get all the information. This is not admin page, this is just an skill/index, okay, just skill/index, and this function name should be different. It should go to the homepage controller. It should go to the homepage controller, and homepage controller we have our, let me go to homepage controller. So our function name is show skill chart. So this is the thing we need. So now we can go to the web.php file, and here we're gonna need this name, function name, show detail and show skills chart, okay. This is, if we go to the homepage controller and show skills chart, and you show all the information in the skills in and chart and skills index, okay. And we're gonna write it skills.index. One is for admin, we already created it. As you can see, this is for the admin, but users will see the chart view, okay. So that's the important thing, skills.index. And let me see if it is working or not. I just want to get the chart view, okay. Let me get out of the server and write php artisan optimize and serve. And if you go to the skills/index, okay, skills/index, we need to get all the skills, okay. Let me go to the view page source, okay. We have our chart, and within the container we can see the skills, but it's not showing, guys. It's not showing all the information. So what's the problem? You need to, if we go to the my GitHub page, and you can copy these scripts as well, because this script is also needed to show all the skills, guys, okay. So this part is so important. It will go to the cd and cloudflare ajax library chart.js, and you just need to paste it inside a container, and within this container, and before that canvas, paste it, okay. So make sure this is super important. Then you write the canvas id of chart, and we're gonna get this information, get element by id based on my chart, and we're gonna create a variable and a new chart, and you're gonna pass this information context, and its type is bar chart. And then again in the data, we're gonna query every single information of the technology section in the label, and in the data we're gonna show the score, and just save it. And I think now it will look a little bit better. So if you don't add this library, it will not work. So you can go to my GitHub documentation here, okay. So if I go to the raw Laravel portfolio app skills page, and you can get this library, okay. So very simple and easy. I will give you all the links of my GitHub projects that we're gonna upload. So now if you just refresh it, as you can see, we can get a huge information, but it is not dynamic. We need to make it dynamic, okay. And give us a margin of 5, okay. Just delete all those labels, okay. We just add for each loop. So in the for each loop, you need to write for each, suppose skills as skill. Here you're gonna write a string, because this technology is a string. And here you're gonna write this skill, and skill have a property called technology, okay. So this is the property that you're gonna access it and add a comma, okay. So this is for the x variable, and in the y variable we need to use this instead of this dummy data. We're gonna get all the information from the database, which is for each loop. So add for each loop, okay. So here we're gonna use the same thing, which is skills as skill and its score, and make sure it is not a string. it's integer type, so you don't need to write within quotation, because technology is actually string type variable, and this was not, score is not a string, so you can write it directly and add a comma. Now let's check it out if it is working or not. Let's go to our skill section. Okay, it's not working. Let's check it out, what's the problem with it. Okay, delete it. So make sure that you have your skills technology, you get, because this technology is actually our string, so we need to wrap it with our quotation, and you're going to write within our second bracket, curly bracket, as you can see that we use in the blade template to access our property. So this is the simple mistake that we have made, we didn't add those two curly braces. So access skills is technology, and then we can copy the same thing and paste it here in the score segment, because score is also similar. Get the each skill, get the score. Okay, and here we don't need to write within a string, and add a comma. This comma is so important, guys. Add a comma after each entry, for here also, for here also, and get the skill score and add a comma, because we in the all the information should become one after another. And here also, and make sure it is inside a string, and this is not inside a string. Okay, this is just a variable, and pass those two commas, so important, so vital, guys, so vital. And now as you can see, it's working perfectly. Android, Laravel, React.js, Flutter, everything is working like a charm. It's so big, man, it's so big. I think I need to make it smaller, the script tag. So make sure it is with this pixel, and height is pixel as well. Give us these two properties, and this is the script tag. Looks beautiful, but it looks beautiful, but one more thing that I have to add, which is width is 400 and height is 250. I think it will look better. Okay, so these are all the skill section that we have. Okay, I can hover over it and make it a little bit bigger, so it looks quite beautiful, as you can see. So you Android, you Laravel, you React, you Flutter, and if you hover over it, as you can see the number of percent that we have. So instead of votes, we're gonna change this information. So this is the number of score. If you hover over Laravel, you have a, just refresh it, hover over it, and number of score is 80, and this is 90, this is 85, and this is Flutter. So all of them has color. You can change the background color whatever you like, and you can change the border color, you can change the border width, all the options that you have. If you read the documentation in this place, you can see this. Okay, and in the pie chart, if you want to implement pie chart, the type should be pie. So here I just write the bar chart to pie chart, save it, and go there. Oh my god, it looks so beautiful. Let me zoom out a little bit. So this is our pie chart. You can see your skills, but I think in the skill section the bar chart looks really good. So name it bar chart and save it. It's show skills chart. So in the users panel, in the home page, we have our container, and within the container we have our navbar included. We have our container, and within another container, and this should be container, we're gonna include one more information, which is skills page, users skills show skills.chart page. You're going to include that. If you include this page, it will go to this container and show us all the information. Now if we go to slash project / index page, we need to go to the homepage controller, and we're going to go to the homepage. In the homepage we need to pass some context, and this context is this skills context. Okay, we're going to get all the skills and show in the home page. So we're going to pass this context as a skill. As you can see, we can pass two context in one page. You can pass multiple context no matter what happens. Okay, it's very simple. As you can see, now we have our paginations, we have our skill section, all the things that you want, you can add it. Okay, as you can see, we have pagination is working, and everything is working perfectly. So everything is working as we intended. We can go to the second page, you can go all the entries that we can see. So our pagination is working, our skill section is working, everything is working just what we do. Okay, what we like. So all of the things that we're gonna do, make it so beautiful and very easy for users to understand what we're gonna build and make it for their portfolio as well. So that's all for it, guys. I hope you like a lot about today's video and learned a lot of things. So thanks for watching. I'll be coming with the next video with the awesome content.